I'm Courtney Good, and I teach biology and marine science.
My name is Miss Kalberg, and I teach English.
I did not always want to be a teacher. I wound up here because I knew I wanted to be a marine biologist. Since like 5th grade, my teacher was a scuba diver, and she would bring in all kinds of interesting stuff into the classroom, and so I was kind of captivated by it. And there's really only 3 things you can do with a marine bio degree, and that's research, train, or teach. I tried research. I did research on manatees for a while. Found out I get seasick on boats, so that wasn't great. I went into animal training, and I trained seals and sea lions up at Long Beach at the Aquarium of the Pacific. Watched a trainer get his hand bitten to shreds, stitches, hospital, and I was like, nope, hard pass. And so I wound up here teaching, and I like it more than I thought I would.
I have always wanted to be a teacher. What really stood out to me initially was the schedule, and I just really wanted to have summers off. I know that maybe sounds terrible, but it just works with my personality. And then I loved English, so I was like, okay, well, this is just the best of both worlds. I thought it would be perfect. I thought it'd be a great fit. I love teaching, I love English, and then I love the schedule, so it was just great.
I like the people at Sage Creek. The students are great, but really it's like the staff, the faculty, it's amazing. You know, you usually get teachers who have been teaching for X amount of years and they start phoning it in, and that just like doesn't happen here at Sage. Everybody is like constantly pushing themselves to find new ways, to innovate curriculum, to connect with students. Like, it's really unique that they just keep pushing. Like, it's a culture where we keep pushing ourselves to be better, and it's really, it rubs off on everybody, so.
I taught at Oceanside High School, but I do love teaching here at Sage. I'm definitely a type A teacher, or just like a type A person, meaning I'm like very organized and very just like I have a very clean structure of my life, and Sage kind of fits with that, with all of our like planning and organization of classes and curriculum. So it just works really well with my personality in terms of like structure and organization. So I do love that about Sage. I love the community we have here as well. I wasn't like that when I was at Oceanside High School, just in terms of like the teachers being friends and working together and supporting one another, and admin being so involved with also supporting teachers. And it's really great. It's really refreshing to have that type of workplace environment and just overall community to just feel really supported and really encouraged to just do your best and not to just throw in the school motto there, but really it is very refreshing to have that type of community for a workplace.
I think I get a lot of compliments on being passionate about, especially for marine science and human impacts, and like making sure that students understand how we as humans are impacting the planet, the ocean specifically, but also trying to come up with ways to like fix it. And so I think it's just, I have an enthusiasm for what I'm teaching. I am a scuba diver, so I've had interactions with a lot of the animals that I'm teaching about. And so I think students just, they like my stupid personal stories, but also my enthusiasm, I think, for it at least holds their attention a little bit longer, I hope.
What is special about my teaching style? I think that I can really relate with students, and that is really helpful. So like just, this is my 2nd year at Sage. I've been teaching for 3 years, so still relatively new at this profession, but that also allows me to connect with my students and create relationships with them and relate with them, because I know what they're going through. I remember, high school being really difficult for me. I just graduated with my master's 3 years ago, so still very fresh in my mind of the process of school and how tough we are, and just how demanding it is to get, specific grades. So I think it's nice and special. I think so. Hopefully my students agree, but I like to meet them where they are, and make sure that it's not just, here's your deadline, here's your assignment, and then get it in. It's like I want to help you and make sure that all of your classes are managed, and especially mine, just on like a more understandable level. Because I know that high school is so hard and college is hard as well. So I want to make sure that, I'm preparing my students to be successful in college. And with that, I can relate to them and try to just support them wherever they need.
Yeah, so I taught at a high school called Escondido Charter High School, obviously out in Escondido, for about 7 years before coming to Sage.
Yeah, so something from my past, or I guess just post high school, I was the type of person, I didn't know specifically what college I was going to go into right after high school. It took me some time. I had to pay for it on my own, but I wanted to make sure that I did all of what I wanted to do before I got stuck with 4 years at this university and then straight into a career. I wanted to make sure that I had some time to travel. So not right after high school, 2 years after high school, I went on a backpacking trip throughout Europe by myself for 6 months, and that was just such an amazing experience. And I really felt like I matured immensely throughout that experience. And it also allowed me to just kind of experience different cultures, different languages, different food, all of those amazing things that you get with traveling. But I also, from an educational aspect, with my understanding of knowing that I wanted to teach, I also want to make sure that I advocate for my students to travel and to experience new cultures and to experience the world, and just to not to be cliche, but to live their life before having to be stuck in a profession or career. And then traveling also kind of falls in with my love for the schedule of this profession, because I travel every summer, and it's like a big trip. Last summer I did 2 months almost 2 months in Southeast Asia, and it's just been a great opportunity, and I want to make sure that students also have the opportunity to travel and to explore the world and to try new things and just step out of their comfort zone. So that also is a big reason why I kind of love being a teacher, love advocating for my students to experience life, outside of just the structural norms.
My story earlier about how I got to teaching, and just, I thought one thing that I wanted to do marine biology, and to me that was research and save the planet. That didn't work out. That didn't pan out for me, and that's okay. And I was disappointed at first, and then tried something new. So I think my constant failures wound me here, but I'm also doing something else, I'm not changing the world, but I'm educating students and these guys might go out and be the next person to create the next solution to fix the problems that I'm telling them about. So that's kind of inspiring to me.